Justice League trailer, Wonder Woman trailer, Killing Joke hits theaters, and San Diego Comic-Con is over. What else do you need?
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies. And now, here's Popcorn Talk's DC Movie News.
Gathered together from the cosmic reaches of the universe, here in this great hall of justice, are the most powerful forces of good ever assembled.
I don't want to say anything. I love it
I just so
want
much.
to sit in this environment.
I don't want it to end. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the DC Movie News Show right here on the Popcorn Talk Network. Quite possibly one of the biggest weeks we've had, I think, since the inception of our show in November of 2014. Is that a fair assumption?
I think that's not only an assumption, but fact, sir.
I think it's a fact. We have so many facts for you. We have trailers to watch. We have stuff to talk about. We got work to do. Let's get into it. We are at DC Movies SK on Twitter. We're Facebook.com/DC Movies SK. I'm Johnny Loquasto. Find me on Twitter at JQuasto. That man right there wearing the sweet Justice League t-shirt that he picked up this weekend. Very talented actor in DC Encyclopedia and the host of Character Corner, which, by the way, if you want to see the Character Corners for every single Suicide Squad member today.
The whole shebang.
The whole shebang. As soon as we're done today, that's going to go up live on the Popcorn Talk Network. Tons of work has gone into this, so support it and watch it and love it. Find him on Twitter at Mike Kalinowski. He's Mike Kalinowski.
Good afternoon?
Yep.
Yeah, it's afternoon.
It's afternoon.
Yeah, depending on where you live.
I'm still kind of in the con haze, so I'm kind of... I think it should just get older. It takes a couple days to get over it.
It's so hard to go back to real life.
I can't, I had a meeting at work 7 a.m. Monday morning, and it was just Monday was just a daze for me still. I had to work, and I'm still kind of working myself back into real life, I guess.
Were you there from Wednesday to Sunday?
I left 11 a.m. Wednesday, got there, well, our car ride took a little while to get there.
Yeah. I did the exact same thing.
Because we stopped all the time to eat and hang out, and yeah. Then I got home Sunday 5-ish, 4-ish.
Good God.
We were on the road at the exact same time, both ways.
Yes?
Yes.
Were you racing us?
Well, if I did, I won.
Probably.
No,
we stopped in.
My God, y'all were there for 4 straight days.
Woo! 5, champ, 5. Wednesday, Thursday,
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday. Because
You
Sunday,
think
I go to the
should
floor on Sunday.
Shorten DC Encyclopedia to Dycyclopedia?
Dycyclopedia he is.
You're a Dycyclopedia.
But there's
take it.
only one crown jewel, and she is sitting right next to him. She's the host of TV Fights on Screen Junkies, and you can find her on Twitter at Roxy Striar, because she's Roxy Striar. What's up, girl?
Woohoo!
Y'all are matching. You know that?
Woohoo! Yeah, Roxy Striar in the house.
Yeah, that's it. That's your new song.
I knew he was going to wear blue, so I wore blue because I wanted to sit next to him, but he didn't want to sit next to me. Guys, I got to talk to a lot of cool DC people
You
at
did.
Comic-Con.
Yes.
Yeah, I did some great interviews, and I met some cool people. What up, Cara Delevingne? I see you, girl.
Shout out to Pablo and Wesley. Those were the two guys that actually hung out with me. One guy offered to buy me drinks at the bar. The other guy caught me in line for a panel. And I got to actually meet and talk for a really long time with these guys. So.
Pablo bought me a shirt that
yeah?
says "Whiskey Loves Me," so someone gets me.
We met.
Pablo's
That's
the
fantastic.
man. We actually, I had to see.
You met him too?
I hung out with Pablo at the Screen Junkies party.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, fantastic.
He was there, which is really cool.
But again, there was a lot of other... to the girls in the lobby of the Hilton, I don't know if you recognize me as a fan of the show. They didn't say that
Or maybe
they
from
did.
Vampire Diaries.
Maybe, but shout out to you ladies, if that was what you recognized me from. But it was very cool. It was awesome meeting everyone. I loved it.
And actually, I barely got to the floor. I was at Comic-Con for about 20 minutes. I had a show in San Diego Friday night. I got this T-shirt. That was about it. But
Looks
I did
good on you,
share.
Johnny.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Orange is my color. I did share an elevator with Victor Garber.
Hey!
And he was
Martin
incredibly
Stein?
nice. Yeah, we were staying at the same hotel, and I said, hey, I host a show about DC, a great work, and he goes, oh my, he was so sincere. He's like, oh my God, thank you. And then today, I'm at my voiceover booth about to go read, and who walks in but Teddy Sears,
Oh, yeah, damn.
the
AKA
tall drink of water.
Flash.
Are we starting with all Comic-Con stories?
We got to. That's the big headline.
I think you guys should. You were there for so long. A lot of our fans didn't get a chance to go, so I feel like
That
you
was-
guys should tell your stories and your experiences.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You go ahead.
Ladies
That was
first.
my experience. I'm done.
Ladies first.
I talked to Dominic Purcell and Wentworth Miller on their press line for Prison Break, but you guys know them better as Captain Cold and Heatwave. They were freaking awesome. They were so dynamic and weird together. They're still the best of best friends. Dominic Purcell was doing this weird little dance down the press line, this sidestep, and Wentworth Miller was like very, very serious, and Dominic was goofy, so that was great. I asked how their relationship on Legends of Tomorrow would be affected by being on Prison Break and how Prison Break would be affected by Legends of Tomorrow. What we will talk about later on in TV time is we see Dominic Purcell a lot in the Legends trailer. We don't see Wentworth Miller like
We
that.
do not.
But Wentworth Miller is, of the two, the guy that's now the series regular on the 4 shows.
Yeah.
So that could be why.
So it will be very, very interesting to see what's going on there. They were pretty tight-lipped, but those were interesting interviews if you want to check them out.
Your charm couldn't loosen those lips a little bit?
I tried, but I think that my charm, it's no match to their lip sealing powers. Was that a weird thing to say?
You didn't have any Rojo, huh?
No.
It's the Roxy Mojo. The
Oh,
Rojo.
the
Rojo. The Rojo is a pretty
no.
awesome term.
Rojo.
I got to see Grant Gustin.
Damn.
As lovely as you pictured him to be?
Oh my gosh, yeah, he was. He's tall. Maybe it's just
Really?
because I'm really short, but he seemed really tall to me. It doesn't look as tall on screen, but yeah, he seemed really tall.
Okay.
He was like towering over some people, and he seemed like a great guy, and he was just smiling
seems
and
just like a
talking
nice
to every
guy.
single person, which was awesome. Cara Delevingne, who I bumped into at I was at the Fox party. Adam Gertler was there with me, and she was squad deep. She
Oh.
was surrounded.
Wait, you mean
by
some kind
squad
of
deep.
Suicide Squad?
Yeah, it was some kind of hot girl squad.
Oh, damn.
She was in a hot girl squad.
Why couldn't I go?
What is that with a... What's the word that they... Maybe it is squad, where the girls started...
Gaggle, a gaggle of gals.
It's like their thing on Instagram, which
I think
all the
that's
girls...
crows.
I think it's
Oh,
squad.
I don't know. Gaggle. I say gaggle. Gaggle of gals.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
okay.
I hope you don't say that when you're hitting on anybody. Hello,
I
come
don't-
here, you gaggle of
I
gals.
don't hit
Hey, you gaggle of gals, get on over here.
I don't
Move
hit on
those
anybody.
gams on over here, you gaggle of
I
gals.
don't know what the hell
Yeah,
I'm doing.
so it was a big DC. I interviewed Victor Garber last year. He was
did?
He was awesome.
He's a fantastic
yeah,
guy.
for Legends.
So nice.
So everybody seemed really, really cool, and everybody was having a good time. I was so excited to be recognized from DC Movie News and talk to some of you guys. That was
that's
really
really cool.
awesome. If you guys ever do recognize any of us, please feel free to come up to us and say hello or whatever. I hope you guys know that you guys are like our family. Sure. It's awesome.
I upset some people sometimes on here, so I don't know if I'm going to get a punch in the face sometimes out there.
Oh,
but no,
way.
that did not happen.
No, they love you. Mikey Christmas.
I know we say different opinions sometimes, and it's, some things get taken out of context, but hopefully people know us and they'd watch the show
You know
a lot.
what? It's,
No, we're
it's
good.
the internet.
Yeah.
You can't make everybody happy, and some people
And nothing is
misconstrue
meant-
things that
nothing
aren't.
is meant to upset people.
It is what it is. Exactly. So how was your overall experience? You
was-
went the whole H, for God's sake.
I was there.
Yeah.
Yes, I lucked out because people, they were very generous enough to let me in line with them.
That's
DC Movie News
amazing.
fans.
DC Movie News fans
Cool.
and some fans. Yeah, so it,
Did people get mad when you jumped in line?
no, because the way it's set up is they start like Friday morning and you get in line. They pass out wristbands at 9:30 that night. So you get in line to get the wristband. So luckily we were able to get in with people, and the people behind, I was very, I don't like doing this, guys. She's like, no, these people behind us, they just let 20 people, or like 10 people in their group. And I was like, okay. So we stayed in with them. And then when they're starting to pass out wristbands, we noticed the 400 people in front of us became like 800 people in front of us because everyone had done that for their friends.
Whoa.
But we still got wristbands. We were in Group B. And at that point, they said, all right, you guys can go home if you want. This is the security people. Go home, but just be here at 7:30. You'll get wherever you show up in line for your group. So you could be at the back of Group B, but you're still getting in.
Yeah, a lot of people take shifts.
the
That's
people I
why.
were with, they were like, we're camping here all night. So if you guys want to go shower, sleep,
Really?
get food, and then my buddy and I, who I was with, we're like, can we bring you stuff? We'll shuttle food and
Right.
drinks. And they were like, nah. And one girl was like, can you bring some Diet Coke? And I'm like, I'm the Diet Coke king. So
Yeah, damn
I
right.
brought bags full of ice and Diet Soda for everyone. We woke up at 6, got there about 6:30 in line with them, started shuttling through, and
It's amazing.
we were in with fantastic seats.
So how was the energy in the room?
The energy of the line. I love the word and I hate the word, but it's palpable.
Was it
You
sweaty?
feel
Was it sweaty when you got in there?
No, because the con always is ice cold. They
Yeah.
keep it so in the floor. You never once feel like, okay, the stink is there. And on preview night when I walked in, preview night starts, I think, 6 to 9. I walked in at 7. I was
That's
like,
why I saw you.
with the stink. I was like,
Yeah.
to my face.
Yeah.
The con stink hit me instantly.
Okay,
I'm like,
then.
there it is.
In a good way.
Yeah. But the hall itself, you just feel the energy. DC kicked it off. I should say Warner Brothers kicked it off. And are we going to go into talking about it right now? Are we going to go? Or?
I mean, look, top story clearly Justice League trailer, Wonder
And
Woman trailer.
I'll
so,
say this because people were asking me what I think they're going to show. I knew Suicide Squad. I knew we'd get a Wonder Woman trailer, or that was my thought.
I thought we would get a Wonder Woman teaser. You said
Oh,
trailer.
I thought trailer.
Yeah.
And I said, because we haven't seen anything really. And then I said, we'll get a Justice League picture, like a Clay Enos
yeah.
reveal.
Right.
That's all I thought we would get for Justice League.
I
It's
was wrong
far
too.
out.
I said teaser at most.
I said too far out. They've got all next con to dominate with Justice League. I didn't think we were getting anything. So they brought the directors out first, and that was so cool. And it was interesting because Sneider,
All the directors, or
all
they
the
brought-
directors of all the DC films, Sneider,
Patty
Jenkins,
Jenkins.
Fuyama, Wan, Affleck. Snyder got he didn't get, there was no booze, but it was a reserved compared to what the other directors got.
no, yeah, I could imagine.
Fuyama and Wan, their energy was unreal. And Affleck, compared to previous years, seemed much more relaxed. I think last year he was going through his divorce, and you could see in the pictures of him with everyone, he looked like he was going through a rough time. This, he seemed full of energy.
Good.
But he seemed like, I'm in charge, I know what I'm doing, you guys love me now.
I think he's fully focused. For
Yeah,
sure.
he knows what they're doing. And then they did, I'm trying to think of how they did it. I want to say we got the Justice League trailer first, from what I remember. Yeah, because then, yeah. So they did Justice League first. And Snyder is interesting because he doesn't have the Feige way to work the crowd because he's a director. So they did the whole kind of like, well, we're filming and we're 2 months out, but you know what? We got a little something. We got a little, and it's like there was no kind of ownership of it, but we knew where he was going. And then Warner Brothers uses the entire area, so they have the main screen, and then they open up these curtains, so they all fill almost like your whole peripheral, and then Batman shows up.
What?
Wonder Woman,
Damn.
Cyborg, Flash, Aquaman. And
What do you mean they show up?
like their full screenshots of them on these giant side panels, and everyone's going nuts. And then there's one space open, so I'm kind of like, oh my god, is this gonna be Lantern? They can show Lantern finally. And then Snyder said, well, we were missing someone there. He's like, I don't want to give anything away. We did a little bit at the end of the movie, but here he is, your man Henry Cavill.
Oh.
And as their pictures are popping up, the actors are coming out, and like Ray Fisher and Ezra Miller are nuts. They're like dancing. I think Ezra Miller was like dressed as like Gandalf.
He
So
was,
like, kind of
yeah, I
he's
saw that.
chanting around.
And then he had a cyborg
Borg
yeah.
life.
Right.
And, they look like, because they've been announced for years now, I think, almost a couple years. So they're finally like getting to talk and show stuff. And then Cavill comes out as Superman. And as much as people bash on him, they don't like him, they went nuts for him.
I don't think people bash on him. I think in general people really like him.
Yeah.
But then why does everyone, I don't know. People bash on his acting. But they loved him. This room loved him.
Yeah.
And I should have said this off at the
Was he
beginning.
still wearing his mask?
No, he did not.
His
have a mask.
V for
He was
Vendetta
just with a
mask?
T-shirt that looked like it was a baby T-shirt because he's giant.
He's
Yeah.
He's huge.
Big dude, man.
But
He's yelling.
let me say this real quick. I was talking in the hotel room before this with my friends, and they were all not fans of BVS. And I got a good laugh out of them. These are a tough crowd. I wanted to go, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to walk into Hall H. I'm going to walk up to that front section, which is like 200 people, and go, all you fuckers. None of you like BVS. Get out. Get the fuck out. You all hated the movie. Get out. We loved it. We're sitting here front row. They got a good laugh out of that, because that's a tough crowd.
But you didn't.
I didn't. No, I probably would have been. They would have just looked at me and thrown a churro at me.
Okay, so keep going.
Okay, so they bring everyone out. So they're all standing there. The league's all there. And then he's like, well, we got a little something to show you.
Hey-o.
And then they pop up with that, what we saw. And people are asking me now, what do you think? Because, Mike, as a trailer, I didn't really, it's like.
Well, let's watch it.
Okay, we'll watch first.
We're watching Justice League.
I think we're ready to watch Justice League, y'all. Together.
There is a stranger who comes to this village from the sea.
And again,
Spoiler to
Comes in
Troxy.
the winter when people
bearded
are hungry.
Affleck. The ladies are going
Fish.
nuts for the bearded
Comes
Affleck.
like a
Damn right we are.
Yep.
That
Look
was
at him.
last night.
And
Oh, I love him. This is the best.
Talk.
Talk.
I missed that because everyone went nuts in the room.
You haven't watched it since?
No, of course.
Oh,
Come on now. Mother Box we got right there.
yep. And love the song.
Yeah.
This stranger.
This. Right here. All practical, he said. All practical.
He looks badass.
I'm building an alliance to
And then number 7, that's what he wore in the Justice League War cartoon as well, that jacket.
Cool.
Attention to detail. And then he's got a little bit of the...
What did you guys think about the humor here?
I think they're Barry Allen. He's playing a touch off, a little OCD-ish kind of.
He almost reminded me of Jesse Eisenberg in some ways when he was his performance.
What is it? What is the where it's on this right there? Oh, I love this.
What is what?
Hold on.
Probably more or less.
He said no.
He said no.
I love that part.
Me
Good
too.
chemistry.
Really good chemistry. I agree.
And I
All
love.
right, this was interesting and Quicksilver-like.
I think this is his. He's drawing the Speed Force with him, and I love that. And I love that they're using a
Just
blue
shot.
lightning.
It was
instead
very
of,
cool. Very cool looking.
Yeah.
And
Separates itself from the
Affleck was
TV
very,
flash.
very lucky he was right.
Yes.
Would have been a different movie.
So you're fast.
Yeah.
That feels like an oversimplification.
I'm putting together a team. People with special.
He just looks so good.
Yeah, he does. He looks amazing. I'm very interested to see Ezra Miller's performance after this.
Yeah.
After this. In a good way, but
Yeah.
it's quirky.
No, what is it? Is it
Asperger's?
Asperger's? That's what I think. Not to say that he is, but I think he's, you know, I love that.
I love what Ezra's doing. I really liked it.
Oh, gal. And we got full on Cyborg.
Yeah, we did, but we didn't hear that much from him.
No.
I heard about you.
I love this.
Didn't think you were real. I'm real when it's useful.
I'm real and useful. That's how I feel about myself too. So
Okay,
right off the bat though, who was your favorite? in
Well, let me
this,
say.
though?
Oh.
I hear you can talk to fish.
So I will say this: people are saying, you know, as a trailer, I was underwhelmed. They build this as they call it a sizzle reel, and this was pure fan service.
Yeah.
To go, guys, we listened. Here's our movie. I mean, Terrio said before BVS came out, Justice League will be lighter.
Right.
This shows it's colorful. There's humor in it. They did this to appease fans.
This wasn't even here's our movie. It was here
Right.
are our players.
Here's our characters.
Yep.
Here's what they look like.
Yeah.
Here's a taste of what we've got.
But
Not
I got
a trailer.
sense of how we are coming together, and we did get a
Yes.
little bit of plot out of that
Little
and
bit.
figure out what Ben and what Gal are doing and how they're off on this
Right.
mission. But I want to know who stood out for you guys in this. Who was the one you were like, wow, I cannot wait to see them or more of them?
Johnny,
I
defer to
gotta
you.
say, I like what Ezra Miller did. I feel like we saw the most of him. Obviously, Aquaman, how could you not love what he did? He said 2 words, but that was great. Cyborg, we didn't see as much. I just like the fact that Ezra Miller adds a little levity to it, and it is way different than the TV universe's Flash. So I really like what he did.
Okay, what do you think?
Good for you.
I'm all in on Momoa in this. Oh my Aquaman. He just brought this not goofy, not stupid, not silly.
No,
This
hell no.
this alcohol drinking, water parting, badass, weird eyes, crazy hair, don't F with me vibe. Oh, I think he nailed it.
Everyone, the whole con, it was like Aquaman. Oh my god! And to hear the director talk, he was just like, "We're DC. Thank you for letting me make Aquaman cool." They went nuts for like his love of Aquaman and wanting to just show him as being awesome. And but again, just the more I see of Affleck's Batman, and I know I'm biased, and I noticed this.
I don't think you're biased.
He's not
biased. Why?
Because he's my favorite. Batman's my favorite character. But I love Ezra Miller. Like he was the one I wasn't sure on. Like, but I'm totally on board with that. I love
It was a
Affleck.
weird performance.
Affleck looks leaner, like as opposed to, and it goes to the storyline where in BVS he's 20 years, he's kind of given up. He's still rock solid, but this he looks kind of leaner. The costume, they've leaned him out. Everyone's saying he doesn't look as kind of heavier. You know, he got that kind of chubby Batman they were saying with the pictures of him in the suit.
I didn't
that
feel
was the
that
talk
way.
of that. No,
Yeah,
I never
yeah.
did, but people did. But this, he leaned down. He looks like, you know, oh, I'm back in the game. And it's a continuation of BVS, which I loved.
And Gal looked amazing again.
I think they withheld with her just because they knew they were going to show what they did.
Right, she wasn't in it as much, obviously. And do you think that means she's not going to be as essential of a part as Ben Affleck's Batman in getting the team together?
No, I don't think so.
I think they knew as a whole, we're showing you Wonder Woman trailer, a whole panel.
I agree. Wait for it.
And you've seen her in BVS.
Because this was for Comic-Con to release.
Yes,
Exactly.
this was just
Yeah, and
for
they're
that.
recruiting a team together. That was established at the end of BVS, and so I feel like you already have a Wonder Woman trailer. Let's showcase everybody else because everyone's already super jazzed about Gal Gadot. So,
interesting enough, people that had problems with her in BVS saying she was a little stilted in the dialogue, which again I do not feel. The Wonder Woman trailer, which was filming after BVS, she seemed a little more confident.
We're not there yet.
I know, but then in this, she seems totally relaxed into her role. And now this is her third film as Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm.
So, and there's the language barrier that she's grasping with sometimes.
Which is good.
In her, I think the accent, love the accent.
Damn.
Love it. Are we gonna move on or?
it's totally up to you guys. I mean, I think the overwhelming response from the Justice League trailer was incredibly positive. I haven't seen one thing online of anyone really complaining about
The
it.
only thing people are a little bit on, they're not sold on Cyborg's appearance, but I love it.
I loved it too. I loved it too.
It's an opinion, and people are allowed to have them. And
What do they not
They
dig?
just don't think it looks.
This is what Omar in the chat says. Cyborg is over-designed with his body.
Okay, that was the talk. A lot of people
Right.
felt that.
All right.
I think also his design lends itself to be able to be adaptable.
And a lot of other people are also saying Wonder Woman's recruiting Cyborg. That's
Okay. Hey.
So, cool. I'm loving this chat right now, guys, by the
But
way.
can I say this? This did so much. Even my friends who hated BVS, they were like, "I'm not 100% on board," but no one was like, "Oh no, it's going to be a failure."
I will say that the vibe around Con, I heard a lot more talk about the Justice League footage than I did about Wonder Woman. I feel like everybody was so enthralled with this, and everyone was talking about it. And that's not saying that the Wonder Woman footage wasn't great. It just didn't seem to be the talk of the town the way Justice League did.
Yeah.
And to go to that,
That's
they
okay,
do
though.
tracking numbers, exit polls, this and that, and the consensus is that DC dominated Comic-Con this
Yeah.
year.
Absolutely.
And I saw both, and the Marvel stuff was phenomenal.
Yeah.
But the problem is Marvel did not release everything to their fans. DC, I'm looking at my buddy going, dude, they just released it. As we're watching, right as
Right.
it finished, the smartest thing DC could do. Because we had 6,500 people in that
We've
room.
been knocked for that.
And
so
I
many
get it. I mean,
times.
You need to release for your fans, and I get it.
And I
Marvel
understand
said,
it.
nope.
Of course,
And-
I understand DC and Marvel, they're kind of battling, but as a fan though, because I read this article about who won Comic-Con, for all of us that watch everything, it's like, this is the best of both worlds. I don't give a shit
Right.
who won
Right.
Comic-Con because you're getting great stuff from both brands.
Right, and
This
they
is interesting. In the chat, Alexis says that she was hearing a bunch of Wonder Woman more than Justice League. So
Wonder
maybe it was
Woman-
just the people I was hanging out with.
I'm with her. I think Wonder Woman. Everyone could not stop talking about Wonder Woman.
Really?
They and I think maybe it's because we got a full trailer. It was a full, and the panel
watch
was
it
okay.
then.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
watch. Let's go into
let's-
that. Good
I can
segue, Alexis.
I can tell you guys as I pull this up and stall for time.
Okay.
As somebody who was not at Comic-Con, I saw much more Wonder Woman talk than Justice
Interesting.
League.
I agree. Yeah, it was
Interesting.
Well, all right.
Oh, here we go. Oh my gosh.
It's unbelievable.
You're a man.
You're a man.
I'm with two
No
men.
no woman's ever said that to me. Damn it.
That's what she said?
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Does that look like one?
I love Chris Pine. I think he's great.
Me too. I just watched the first Star Trek movie.
Just watched the
The other
Beyond or
night.
the
not,
first one?
Not the first one. Not for the first time.
Oh, okay.
Just watched it.
Okay. And that mascara looked great.
Mm-hmm.
Now this character coming up, I do not know who she is.
With the face?
Yeah, creepy, but I do not know.
Deserve you.
Villainous looking.
Yeah.
That back shot is everything.
New logo right there. I love it. Oh gosh. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Who she is.
What is-
Creepy though.
Have you never met a man before?
See his chat roll.
This is
knows.
great. This is great.
I had no father. I was brought to life by Zeus.
Yeah.
Oh, that accent. That accent.
That's cool.
Well, that's neat.
That's cool though.
When they ride up the Amazons, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. The cinematography here is insane.
Oh, this is my favorite part with her.
She's a Wonder
What,
Woman.
with the lasso?
Just her walking out of the battlefield before the men.
So guys,
Yeah.
someone says in chat roll, Omar says she's a Wonder Woman villain from the comics.
Okay.
The character is Merciful Minerva. That ring a bell, Mikey?
Sounds familiar. I'm enthralled by Gaul right now, so.
Cannot you do this?
Merciful Minerva. There you go.
Yeah.
Right there, that shot. Oh.
Yeah.
What I do is not up to you.
That's one of my favorite moments of the entire
girl.
thing. You guys hear that?
Yep.
So that's what every woman should say.
Damn right. This is one of my
With
favorites.
the lasso
too.
of truth.
Yeah.
The color.
The color.
Oh.
It looks like she's getting blown up there.
And then the lasso is so vibrant.
It's like a whole next level of gold.
And then they bring the theme back.
And then the music too.
Yep.
Which was my favorite music in BVS that we had.
Yeah.
Dun, dun. Yeah.
Someone also says
Hold on, wait.
Dr. Poison.
It's Etta Candy. I'm Steve Trevor's secretary.
What is the
Love this.
secretary?
I go where he tells me to go and I do what he tells me to do.
Well, where I'm
Sounds
from,
like a
it's called
slave.
Slavery.
I really like her.
Fantastic. Ladies, after you.
I do.
So
we have Merciful Minerva and we have
Okay.
Dr. Poison.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I cannot say enough that I know enough about the Wonder Woman history to comment on who that character is.
Yeah, but it's pretty cool that people in chat room are making guesses. I love it.
Not that any of us were feeling anything negative towards Patty Jenkins before this trailer dropped, but how are you guys feeling now?
Are you kidding me?
I'll say this: they had Patty Jenkins, Gal, and I have to say this because Patty Jenkins introduced her as Gal Gadot. She said that to
So
her.
did
Gal
Conan
Gadot.
O'Brien. Conan said Gal Gadot as well.
So
Well, I told you guys it's
I
Gal
know,
Gadot.
I
but
know,
I'm just
I know.
like their love of each other. It's like they were two sisters, and they were so infectious. And
Patty and Gal?
Yeah, and then Chris when he came out, it was like you could tell they love me. You could tell when people, especially at Comic-Con, and I will bring up the Green Lantern panel, where they were just making a movie to make a movie. There was no love of the stuff. They were just there doing fan service. These people, and they even said it's like they did not plan this, but it is such a right time for a woman-led, strong, not needing a man movie out there. And Mike Coulter, I believe his name is, Luke Cage, he said the same thing on his panel. It's not like they came out to make this superhero, but it's like, it's time
Coulter,
for
right.
Mike Coulter, right?
Yeah.
To be a bulletproof black man. They said it is the perfect time for this. And that was his words. It's like, these things are so topical right now. And it's, with Wonder Woman, they just the love that they had for making this, and they're talking about it and wanting to share it and get it out there for
Do you
everybody.
feel like you're watching the DNC all over again?
Probably, yeah, pretty much. But it was just, it was infectious. The whole room got into it with them. And Gal, her, and it's so funny because she tries to struggle with the English sometimes, so she's trying, her words get ahead of her a little bit. But she was so, like, I'm in love with
She's
this
endearing.
woman. I'm in love. Yeah, she's endearing. You were like, oh my gosh, I just want to
Yeah.
see. And Chris Pine is the same way. You're just like, oh my God, you guys.
Some
you're so
people just have
good.
that inherently about them, and
Yeah.
they both do. Now, here's something from Dean Gullers. Dr. Poison is a World War II era villain, but they probably just placed her in World War I instead. So, that's entirely
good
possible.
chance. I think the action looks great. We were worried about the color palette, but they obviously boosted the colors.
You were worried about
No,
the
I was
color?
not. But people were saying, oh, it's World War I. The colors are always muted, and I get that. When they do period pieces, they do the color correction and kind of wash, but they pulled her color on her outfit out. And I love the fact that scene where she's on the front line, just the bullets are knocking her back with the shield.
It seemed like this was also a story that you can relate to. Like the first part of this trailer didn't seem like a superhero movie necessarily, and then we really get into the cool stuff. But it just seems like an awesome story that they're telling.
I'm
here.
I don't know, because I was of one thought thinking we're going to get like some mythical stuff with Wonder Woman for this character, like maybe some Hades in there or something like that. And
Because of the mention of Zeus and whatnot.
well, from casting early on, and Danny Huston was and that was like obviously some kind of Russian general or something, but there was thoughts he might be Hades or Ares or something, and there was talk that we were going to go that way, but I don't know. But then again, maybe we don't know. Maybe it's just a straight World War I adventure film.
Here's another possibility of that character. I'm loving this. From Omar and from Bejet Delet. Pretty sure she's Paula von Gunther. She's a German Baroness.
That's the one I heard. They said Baroness with her name. That's what I had heard.
So there you go. Pretty cool, man.
And by the way, anyone read Wonder Woman Earth 1 that came out? I finally read that. They did an interesting switch. They did an African American Steve Trevor, and it added just a whole nother layer that I never thought about when I read Wonder Woman before. So that was very cool. So check that out, guys. Wonder Woman Earth 1. That's at bookstores right now.
I love this from Marcelino. Hey, Roxy, we don't seem to hear people bitching about Gal being scrawny now, right?
No.
I will say this. There's that shot of her. She has a machine gun behind her back, and she goes like this and breaks it. her arm, she's ripped.
She did work. She did work for this
She
role.
pulled that gun off, and I was
Just
just
the
like,
way her back looks
Oh,
too, you can see she's got muscle. She's looking really good, and I think she's fully embracing and owning this character.
I sure hope so.
Yeah,
And then-
I'm ridiculously excited for this movie, and I'm still in a good place where I don't think I know exactly what's going on. The way that they
we
cut
don't know
this
anything.
trailer, it was like slow, quick cut, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think we're still a little bit of a ways away. But again, this leads to, you see where this filmed, and then BVS or Justice League, you see she's even more comfortable in the few lines we heard her. I think she's really growing into this role wonderfully well.
Yeah,
So I'm excited. I the panel that loved it. Yeah, I don't know what to say else in the room.
How did you feel, Johnny? Because you haven't really said much about Chris Pine.
As far as my opinion on him?
Yeah.
I've always been a Chris Pine guy. I think
You
he's
think,
great.
you think he looks like?
Yeah, he can do everything. I mean, because, don't forget, Chris Pine in Horrible Boss is also hilarious. So
Chris Pine's very funny. Did you ever see
And
Smoking
this-
Aces?
Did you
No.
see This Means War? Thank you. I love that movie.
Are you kidding me? Get out of the studio.
you don't like
Get out of this studio.
You don't like that movie?
I gave it a shot. I'll say this: it's a terrible movie, but
It's
the two
fabulous
the
movie.
two actors should have been flipped. Tom Hardy should have played the other role.
No.
Get out of here. Get out of the studio.
No.
Get out of the studio.
Get out of the studio.
Get out of the studio,
Johnny, you have to
Roxy.
pick. Pick right now. Which one of
Who
us gets
goes?
out of the
I
studio?
think, honestly, I think our fans are going to be very upset if either one of you leave.
Get out of the
so
studio.
Get
You're
out of the
stuck
studio.
together.
Get out of the
You're
studio.
stuck
Get out of
together.
the
You get out of
studio.
the Everyone,
This
let's all
means war.
just get out of here. Anyways,
Did you throw the title back at me?
my point is,
Did you throw the title back at me?
Complications.
the point is, Chris Pine has a lot of range, and I think he was a fantastic choice.
I kind of
so-
now. I wish this was going to be our Steve Trevor in current day. Like it's
You think that there's no possible way we're
that he's
gonna
playing
do-
the grandson.
Yeah.
I don't think so. And it doesn't look like we're getting.
There's another rumor that's going to get squashed in a little bit, but we'll get to that.
get to that. There was talk of Bruce Wayne film scenes for Wonder Woman, so I think that's going to be the current day. But I don't know because I don't know. I can't say. I wish Steve Trevor. I don't want to see him go away, but
Well,
we don't know where Wonder Woman's
before
films
we
are
move
going to go.
on, we all need to take a look at some character logos, y'all, because you got to see them in Hall H. They all got released this week for every single character in the Justice League. Needless to say, they are badass. And so, Zach, I believe we have an entire screenshot of all
What do we
those
got?
logos that we could show them, because hot damn, y'all.
Okay,
Yeah.
I just want to say at the beginning, I hope this is the new Justice League version of the logo. I was never happy with the white.
I liked it.
I like this with the kind of a stonish,
Big time.
sleek.
Yeah.
I liked this
sleek,
too, but I liked it originally also.
So you were
Well,
fans
the
of
white
just
was-
a plain white.
It was
font?
vintage.
I
I like
was.
vintage.
Yeah, but this to me, and that's what they did not show that white one at all during Comic-Con. That was the silver. That was
it
what
was
they
like
did.
a template almost.
I love that version right there.
Which one of these is your favorite?
My least favorite is Cyborg, just because he has to have a logo, the C around the center of his eye type thing. I get that. I just don't.
I think the Wonder Woman one is just perfect. I think it's perfect.
See, of course. I mean, they're all phenomenal, but I mean, I'm going to go with the namesake on my T-shirt, and I'm going to go with Aquaman.
I love them all. I like this. I still love the Superman one. It looks like the original, but and here's the thing: if you guys freeze frame in the Justice League trailer, one of the boards in Ezra Miller, Barry Allen's apartment, there's concept drawings he's sketching for his suit. You see a little bit of the Superman emblem above it, so you get the idea like why he would create an emblem for himself.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Check that
I like
out, guys. Yeah.
That is some
Good
really
tidbit.
that's some in-depth analysis.
I have no life.
Right there. Anyway, speaking of the Flash, Grant Gustin actually commented on Ezra Miller's suit in the Flash because they are very different. And I guess he was shown it at Comic-Con for the first time, and he just kept saying over and over, "Oh man, this is sick. It's just whoo, it's sick, man." And then he said, my suit tends to be more vintage. Ezra Miller's is a little bit more
there you go. That's a great shot
futuristic,
right there,
if you
yeah.
will. There you go. So
Both completely different, but both the Flash.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people, fans, when they had that press tour maybe a month ago, they were talking about the Flash suit, and people were like, what does it look like? But now, overwhelmingly, people seem to love it. And there's still, if you can see it, there's those cables that stretch across it.
Yep.
And they were saying that he conducts electricity through, so
The
he can
black
throw it and
ones?
stuff. There's just little lines. You can see they're
Yeah.
cables. And I guess electricity kind of is a conduit through that, and he's able to throw the lightning by that That's what they're talking. I don't know. Grant Gustin's, that's still a great suit.
Yeah, they're both awesome.
Yeah. So.
But I do like the addition of the black and the abs.
Yeah, it's something different.
Yeah.
Again, very kind of Injustice inspired a little bit.
I want a suit with abs.
But
Me too.
but again, it's different, but it's the Flash.
Yes.
Not so different. We're like, it doesn't look like the Flash.
Now,
Suicide Squad, shown there. This to me was kind of.
did you see it there?
No,
You did not,
I saw the
okay.
panel. Just tacked on. The whole cast was there. They didn't. I don't think they needed anything more for this film.
Did they seem like BFF? Because in
They all were
everything that I'm
buddies.
seeing,
Yeah,
they
they were
seem
all
so
buddies.
tight, which I love.
And the cool thing is, shout out to Ricky Middlesworth, who does our fantastic art for us.
Ricky!
He won the Captain Boomerang, the Suicide Squad, dressed like your favorite member.
Because
go to
of you
Comic-Con.
guys.
Yeah, because of you guys. So he was there. He was at the DC booth. They did this whole thing. But then they brought all of them on stage to meet everyone. And I'm being like a creepy stalker taking pictures of him. And then he went to the parties with them. And I think he was
hung
on,
out. He went to the
on
Screen Junkies
Colbert.
party, yeah.
Jai Courtney was on Colbert and mentioned Ricky on Colbert.
What? What do you mean?
Yes. He mentioned him. He's like, yeah, this is Guy to Kong. And he dressed like me, but I tried to do the accent with him, but he didn't have that. And again, that's my terrible Australian
That's your
accent.
Michael Caine, but whatever.
I know,
No,
it's getting in there.
It's okay.
Throw another shrimp on the barbie, mate.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
well,
That's a little better there?
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
That's-
All right,
Yeah, there we go. You got
A little
it.
bit, there we go.
Took you a minute, but you got it.
Yeah, we go.
Hey,
There he
there's
is.
our friend Ricky. Oh,
that
Ricky, you're
is,
so fine.
But they
So
mentioned
nice.
him on the show.
That's great.
And he's our guy. You know, he did those fantastic pictures for us. So I'm so happy. I did not get a chance to meet him because I think he was kind of, WB just kept sweeping up to different events.
So we
but
got
he looked
lucky.
like he was having a great time.
Him and I were texting each other, and then Roxy was nice enough to help us get into the Screen Junkies party, so we all kind of hung out.
Yeah. So,
great.
why are you looking at me?
I didn't get a text at that party.
He texted me.
Yeah.
Okay, I see
Mikey,
how
I had nothing to do. I
see how that- I
had
see
no
how that is.
passes. I had no cool stuff. So I was like,
Let me ask you guys
Well,
a
let me
question.
Real before I forget.
Yeah.
Can you remember?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I always cut you off and I feel bad.
That's okay.
Seeing Amanda Waller there, I forget how beautiful Viola Davis is in person.
Mm-hmm.
Because they really changed her look for this film. With the short hair and the clothes. But I forget how beautiful she is in real life. But that's great that they, as an actress, she went that way because Amanda Waller, we know, is the Waller.
she's very stern.
So, there we go.
Yeah.
Now, this is the moment that Mikey Kalinowski has been waiting for
What?
some time.
What?
David Ayer.
Oh, yes.
Shooting down rumors that the Joker is Jason Todd. You could see him do it on camera. He said, they asked him, what's the most outlandish rumor you've heard about Suicide Squad and just everything in general? And he said, that the Joker is Jason Todd. Sorry, guys. That's not going to happen.
Unless that's a major swerve. Unless.
That's just a blatant lie then.
Yeah.
He flat out. He didn't
How
leave-
many times have filmmakers lied about their films blatantly to us?
I mean, he
That's
didn't leave it
common.
up to speculation. He didn't say, whoa, look, that's kind of crazy. I'm not going to comment. He just goes, hey, y'all, no.
I don't mind being lied to by them. I really don't.
The spoiler girl, you don't like being lied to?
No, I don't mind it.
Well, do you think that maybe...
I just don't want that rumor to be true.
Let's just say this is true. Do you think that they are shocked that people are starting to figure it out?
No, because this group of people, everyone that watches it, us on the panel...
They're too well...
I mean, look at me. I analyze a trailer to find a Superman symbol. That's what we do. We analyze and overanalyze and overthink and overcomplicate. I don't think they're surprised. Who knows? I don't know.
Fair enough.
I don't know.
Want to talk about some Killing Joke?
I think it's about time we
Let's
do.
talk about the Killing Joke.
All right, you gave me a crazy phone call while we were at
Yes,
Comic-Con.
I was not at the Killing Joke trailer release at Comic-Con Friday night because I was in Hall H line. I had some friends that went and saw it, and then they gave me a call saying, "Hey, Mike, this just happened at Comic-Con. They did the screening, and if you have not, guys, don't listen right now. It's a spoiler. They do about a half-hour prologue Batgirl story that kind of puts her and Batman together. They have intimate relations." And then she
On
kind
a
of
rooftop.
and then she kind of becomes like the typical girlfriend. Why won't Bruce call me? This and that. She talks to her librarian friend, I believe it is. And so a lot of fans were really upset that this downplayed the strength of Batgirl. So I don't know if this is a person that walked up. And if you guys have ever been to Comic-Con, they have a mic, and you have to walk up, and a moderator will screen your question before you even get to the mic. So I don't know if it was this or if this person just shouted it out from the back, but she basically said, "Why would you do this to the panel?" Bruce Timm, Brian Azzarello, a couple others saying, "Why would you do this? You took this fantastic character and just made her basically an object, a girlfriend. Why would you do this?" And then I think she either walked away from the mic or just sat back down
Apparently,
or walked
he
out.
said she was mumbling or something. I don't know.
And Azzarello goes like, "Well, don't be a effing pussy and walk away, yelling this to her. And people said that Bruce Timm chimed in saying, yeah, where are you going? Like, and I don't know if it is their interpretation of them yelling, like belittling the person, but I went on Twitter and Twitter blew up on Azzarillo's fan page. Like,
Well,
why would you
because
do
you
this?
can't-
How can you call your fans this? And he kind of was going back and forth until the next day. He was like, I apologize. I called her this. I added fuel to the fire. I did not mean to. And when you take a character like that and, and that's, you're allowed to.
There's those two problems right there, though, and they have to be separated. Number one is what he did. Number two is how he handled himself.
Okay.
So, number one, what he made, the film that was created,
right.
You're allowed to disagree on the creation itself.
Yeah.
But number two, when a fan asks you a question, even if you don't hear the question, or whether you do hear the question, you can't refer to her as a pussy. It's just inappropriate. You just can't do that as well. So,
it's not right to refer to anyone, but especially a female lady.
And especially a female lady who has a problem with the female role.
Right.
Just not smart and not good. So I'm glad that he apologized the next day. I feel as if he apologized because of all of the backlash.
Oh, yeah. Probably, yeah.
Which is unfortunate. I wish he had immediately apologized because we all make mistakes and we say things that are wrong.
You will never see someone turn on you faster than a con audience.
No.
They
or
will
a pro wrestling audience.
Yeah, there you
or
go.
a pro
they
wrestling
will
audience.
turn on those people that they love and they're people that they revere. If you turn on one of their own, and it's interesting, if anyone's read The Killing Joke, Batgirl, you have to go into Killing Joke knowing Batgirl already. They don't really give you a backstory on her. So guys, if they would have done, and I'll say this, the response from the panel Friday night was very tepid after the film was over. It was not like roars, applause, and fantastic. People kind of got up, they left, because the Q&A was after the film.
Mm-hmm.
Now people have seen it Monday night at those Fandangos, is it Fathom event screenings? People are loving it. They're saying, hey, the half hour at the beginning, look at it as like a separate animated film.
Well, yeah. They wanted to build people's. They wanted to build the story for Batgirl.
You can't. If you've read Killing Joke, it is a quick read.
Quick.
It would have been an hour long. You can't sell, a $15, $20 Blu-ray for an hour of film. You had to do something adding to it. And people forget, Bruce Timm, who's on this, he to use your word, shipped Bruce and Barbara together 15 years ago in the animated series when Dick Grayson left to be with Nightwing. Her and Batman got together.
Right.
And in some stories, he got her pregnant. Mm-hmm. I think that went into a Batman Beyond-ish type thing. So
it's not historically inaccurate.
No,
that a lot
it
of
is
people
not.
are claiming. And also,
say that. So have that be your response on the panel.
Right, exactly. And Bruce Timm and them, they've said, and they've gone online because people now want to know why you did this. They've defended what they're doing. And it's their Killing Joke now. It's, they added to it. I have not seen it yet, so I'm very curious now with both sides.
I mean, for me, I'll just speak to. I got to go to the movies. I went to the movies Monday night. I went to see.
You went to see the motion pictures?
I went to see the picture show.
Was it 75 cents?
Yeah, kid.
It was a lot more than that.
A nickel for popcorn?
Sadly, no, a lot more than that too. I did get popcorn.
That's my old-timey
Ate too
voice.
much, and I was really upset at myself.
Never can eat too much popcorn, champ.
Alexis Torres was in the theater, but I bought tickets late, so I sat front row. With my neck like this.
It sucks.
But it was great. Here's the deal. For people that, were kind of pissed off at the movie, you got to remember, this is not meant to be a theatrical release. It's a straight-to-DVD animated film. So a lot of people were complaining that it wasn't, like, theatrical enough. It's like, no, man, it told the story. It is what it was. I wasn't going in expecting a blockbuster.
Do you think we're not going to get any more one-night-onlys?
No, I think we will. It did well. It drew
3.1 million.
It drew actually, Mikey, 3.8 million over 2 nights.
That's
which
ridiculous.
Very successful. I think we will get it. It's just because people got to tepid their expectations. Like, it is what it was. It's the story, and I thought it was cool.
It was not meant for a theatrical release.
No.
They saw how cool it was and go, let's put it out there.
What
I
the
would
hell?
love them to do this. And then it made $3.8 million. I think we're going to get a lot more of those.
Well,
and why not? If people want to go out to the theater and make an event out of it, I'm all on board.
I'm excited to see it.
All right.
Oh, a little Matthew McConaughey, huh?
Mm-hmm. Was it good?
All right.
That was so much better. Oh, he's trying to stand me out. You leave the studio.
Let's say we all take our shirts off, huh?
Okay.
That's what Matthew McConaughey does. Take a shirt off.
Since we talked about Atlantis a little bit earlier in the show, let's talk about it again. We now know who basically is in charge of writing Aquaman. It looks like James Wan and Jeff Johns.
Yes.
Jeff Johns.
Speaking of Jeff Johns,
Hey.
I'll segue into that in a minute, but
he got a raise,
he was not there on Hall H. We were all expecting him to come out. He was nowhere to be seen in Hall H, which was interesting. Sneider was still kind of like the mouthpiece, which was interesting.
Why do you think that is now, knowing what we know?
It seems like because you want to go into that news piece
Yeah,
now?
go for it.
Into that, John. You want to the news piece with John's, and then I can kind of
About Aquaman?
No, about John's.
Oh, just
with Aquaman and all that.
He's El Presidente.
He's pretty much the boss.
And someone was
more or
saying,
less.
it's officially announced, but apparently this has been in the works and in the boardrooms known for a while, but they just released. So I want to think that maybe the ink hadn't been dried on the contracts with him, and that's why he wasn't on Hall H talking. Because something like that, you announce in front of Hall H, you bring him out, and they didn't. So I think there may be some little fine print on the contracts.
Maybe he had a cold, Mikey Christmas.
But I did not see him at Comic-Con. Did anyone see him on any of the Rebirth panels? Because the Rebirth panels I went to, he was not on. So I did not see him tweeting anything from the con. So maybe he was here in Warner Brothers dealing with the contracts and stuff, the business end.
Very much so. He's got a
He's a
lot
busy
of
man,
hats.
but we're in great hands. He's on Wonder Woman now as Aquaman. I'm sorry, as a writer.
Yeah, and then James Wan, like you said, I think he seems to be the perfect fit right now from everything we've seen.
Yeah.
And he was even saying, he's like, DC's letting me bring my horror roots. Everyone knows him as a horror guy.
Yep.
He's like, they're letting me bring this into these, we're thousands of leagues down with these monsters that we've never seen, and I can go into my horror roots. And the fans just went nuts for this.
And James Wan isn't
Swim
just
with the fishes.
He doesn't just have a horror background. He has a horror background. Like the movies he's made are terrifying.
The poop your pants kind.
Horror.
Yeah, movies I don't want to see.
I don't want to see.
Not because they're not great, just because I want to sleep at night.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what we got, Johnny?
Where we going now? What
we
next?
got?
Justice League DAC. We got a sneak peek.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be out on DVD and VOD this fall. Actually, the video that I saw was really long. It was like an 8-minute video. I'm like, what the hell? They put that much out there?
Yeah.
So obviously we can't show it on this show. But if you Google...
They do that on every Blu-ray release of their film. They give a little sneak peek of the next one.
Okay, well, there you go. So yeah.
I have not watched it yet because I want to watch it when I get the Blu-ray.
You can Google it, Justice League Dark, a little bit of a
Adam's
sneak peek.
got to be
It's gonna
happy.
out.
You got Swamp's Thing.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, and check out online. I don't think we have it because it came out recently. It might have been Guillermo del Toro when he was doing his Justice League Dark. They released a 1-minute test footage of a CGI Swamp Thing, and it is creepy and awesome. Because they add like this whole, like when he walks, like there's these swamp noises with him, and like it sounds like different creatures, like insects and stuff. It was a great atmosphere piece of what their CGI Swamp Thing would have looked like in that film.
Yeah,
and it made me go, oh, I want to see this. So
And
check
I was
that
just
out.
thinking
That's online.
too, since it's almost the end of July, by the time we do this show next week, it's gonna be
So here's what I was going to bring
Suicide
up to you
Squad
guys,
time.
but here's the problem.
What's that, Rox? No problems.
On the 2nd, I'm seeing Suicide Squad.
Oh, you seen
And
it
you had
early.
tickets for someone else to join you, didn't you?
I asked in the chat who wanted to go with me.
And what chat?
In our group
our
chat.
full chat.
Text. Adam jumped on it
And-
immediately.
Yeah, I saw that.
And Adam said, I want to go. And
Not a hey, let's all raffle for this. Let's pick straws. Let's do rock,
Let me
paper,
see if I can
scissors.
get
I'm
you
unavailable Tuesday night, so I couldn't
Will
do it
you
anyway.
go if I can get you in?
I would go if you give me.
Okay,
but I
let me
don't.
see.
But
I'll check
don't,
it out.
don't, Roxy. No,
I am very
I wanna
sadly
see.
it's okay,
unavailable,
kiddo.
so I can't do it.
So
but
we have 2 of the squad going.
So 2 of our squads going. So what happens on Thursday? Obviously, no spoilers.
If I can't
but...
go with you, I don't want to know about it though.
Right,
I
I
don't
know.
wanna know.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
feel like we should. And fans, what do you think?
And most people will not have seen it by
I
then.
know.
Should
So
we?
you got to shut your mouth.
Hold off.
I don't know
and-
how to shut my mouth.
I'll show you how. Oh, that was terrible.
Should
Oh,
we,
my God.
Mikey?
That was coming out. I knew it was bad as it was coming out.
okay. because I
Merry
love you.
Christmas.
Oh
Okay.
my God, it was terrible.
Do you guys want us to maybe try and do the show next Friday? So, because I think most of our fans are probably going to see it Thursday night.
Yeah.
And then we just warn people, hey, it's going to be a Suicide Squad show. It's going to be spoilers. Just a heads up.
Yeah.
Because you're seeing it Tuesday.
No, you're good. You're fine.
Mikey, it's,
Is
everyone-
Mikey,
Get
it's
back.
Roxy. We're having fun. It's
Yeah,
not a
you're
big
good.
deal.
People are going to rip me
Okay.
apart.
So I'm thinking Gertler and Roxy see it Tuesday. You and I got to find a way to see it Thursday. And then we can do the show Friday, maybe, right? Because I leave for the Middle East on the 8th, so I'm still in town on the 5th.
Yeah.
Let's think about it. You let us know what you want us to do. I think it'd be fun to do a show on the 5th talking Suicide Squad.
All right.
Okay.
You guys let us know in
And
the
then-
comments below.
Then Alexis
which
can go with
rhymes.
us too, and everybody else. All y'all can go with us. Well, with that said, it's I think it's time for that special time every single show.
Mikey's time.
Well, maybe
You're just
not.
trying to take my time
I
now?
nudged through rock. I threw some Adam in there.
Roxy says TV time.
Which one? Which Flash?
I'm still with my boy Grant. That was fun too, though. And
Yeah, girl. We had
They all fine.
trailers galore. So many trailers in one week.
Yeah, we got that Gotham trailer. We got Legends. We got Arrow. We got Flash. We got a Preacher episode this week. They had a
So
stage
many.
reading of it at Comic-Con. They're doing the damn thing.
Tying into Comic-Con, the general consensus by everyone is that the shift was to TV this year. That was the huge shift from films because a lot of big studios were not there. TV dominated the con this year. Very interesting. The switch is happening.
Total domination.
Oh, I thought you said it choked on it, but okay.
What?
I didn't know. Yeah, I thought you.
I don't know. What I
said
just did was a
chocho.
bring.
You're like Tocho.
It was a bring it on quote. Total domination. Domination.
Domination.
Y'all ready for this?
What is that? Jock Jams?
Yeah, pretty
On
much.
CD? What are they on 59 or not by now?
I
I think it was like Jock Jams 10 when I was in
You
college.
didn't
So
listen to Now? You did Jock Jams?
back in college, I
Now
did.
is so much cooler.
I remembered the Jock Jam CD, and I never purchased it. I will say that. So, do we want to watch the Flash trailer, Rox?
Why are people saying, Roxy, look up Superman? What does that mean?
Look up Superman. They're saying look. I don't know what that means either.
Superman's here?
Like,
Why
look
is-
up and I'll see Superman?
Why is
No
the
idea.
Eye of Agamotto on our ceiling there?
Should we watch the season 3 trailer?
is that
We got some
character?
time, right?
What are we
For the
watching?
Flash one? Well, let's just briefly go over something.
Yes.
Okay.
Roxy,
Of
lead
the
us.
trailers, Of the trailers, here's what I'll have to say. Gotham, I don't even think you can really count it as a trailer. We saw like new footage. from
Roxy
last-
got bamboozled on that one.
It's a 5-minute trailer.
I had a great story to tell Roxy. She's like, I gotta watch for the trailer for the show. And I'm like, all right, watch. 4 minutes in, she's like, I've seen all this.
Oh, we have breaking news, everyone. Speaking of TV time.
Look up Superman?
Yes, I just looked up Superman. We have a
look,
photo of
it's like a
Superman on Supergirl, y'all.
No!
Yeah.
Breaking on the show! Show it to the audience!
Yeah.
Zoom in.
Breaking it on the show, coming to you live, Tyler Hodgson as... Am I saying his name right?
I'll just find the photo so we can actually show
A
people.
lot better than my stupid computer.
Hodgson.
Hodgson? Taylor?
Tyler.
Hodgson.
Wow, he's a big dude.
As Superman, we're breaking it to you live, DC Movie News.
Oh, wow.
Here we go.
Here they are. Wow, it's very vintage Superman.
Oh, man!
Do you think they look like cousins?
I don't respond to that one.
You like the
man.
suit?
I think he looks great.
All right, good.
I think he looks great. He's got eyebrows like a friend of mine.
Is that...
He's just
You know who he
my friend,
kind
so eyebrows
honestly,
like
he
my
kind
friend.
of reminds me a little bit of George Reeves, one of the original, the original Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love her. Oh my
I love
gosh.
her too.
Oh my gosh,
I love her too.
he's got a real vintage look to him. That's
I gotta
kinda
let
cool,
this
man.
one soak in with me. I gotta let it soak in.
It's interesting. The hair choice is interesting.
The hair choice is interesting.
Because he has that great head of hair.
Yeah.
And it kind of did this. I don't know what with it. He's got a phenomenal head of hair.
They did the CW grease.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, whatever works.
Yeah. All right.
Anyways,
Thank you for that.
Yeah,
that's
thank
not
you
different.
guys.
Density Dennis and everyone else in chat roll, thanks for letting us know.
Look up Superman.
Is that who did Density Dennis?
He was one of them.
That guy's fantastic. I love him on Twitter.
He's on his game.
All right, guys. So moving back into the trailers, I will say that interestingly enough, the one that got me the most excited was the Arrow trailer.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
And here's
Hold on. I'm clutching my pearls. Really?
what are you,
The Arrow-
Martha? Clutching your pearls?
Martha, with the clutching my pearls?
Yeah, and the pearls break, and then
Oh, Martha Wayne.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I was just clutching my pearls. I was like one of the Golden Girls.
oh, which one?
Blanche?
No.
Did she clutch her pearls?
The reason it got me the most excited is because I feel like Arrow has become so stale at this point.
Yeah.
I have had such a hard time at this last season. I've tried to stay positive, but this trailer got me excited for something new, something different, something that reminded me of previous seasons, though, to train people and watching Oliver really do his thing and bringing in new blood. I got excited. How did you guys feel about the Arrow trailer?
I was kind of underwhelmed. I want to love Arrow. You guys know of us in the panel. I'm.
My pearls.
You guys know, no, it's like Blanche, Rose.
Picture it, Sicily, 1914.
Oh God! Of all of us, Arrow was the show that I was kind of my thing.
Yeah, I know.
And this last season lost me, but I love the fact that we're bringing in Vigilante, that character as a DA, Aiden Chase. They're bringing him on. They're bringing on the Watchdog character. So a lot of characters that I love from Superman or mythology and Green Arrow mythology.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of those characters are from Metropolis, but they come over. But I'm excited. I heard Stephen Amell. I love him as a person. And I had a friend interview him. You guys know John Roca. He interviewed him for Comic-Con. He was interviewing a bunch of stars, and I asked him, let me know how he is as a person. He said he was phenomenal.
Actually,
So
no, I
that.
didn't combat. I could piggyback off that.
Piggyback.
Dale Rutledge, friend of this show, my co-host on Compadres, he actually was at a party over the weekend at Comic-Con with Stephen Amell. He said they talked for like a good half hour.
He just seems like a great guy.
And he said Stephen Amell, number one, is an awesome guy, absolutely loves pro wrestling, and so they were just
Well,
talking.
he was the whole. And they got Cody. Is it Cody?
Cody's going to be on Arrow.
He's going to be on Arrow.
So they essentially, Dale and him hung out for a good half hour talking
What's
wrestling.
Cody Rhodes' name? Starship Trooper?
Close. Stardust.
Stardust. I didn't even mean that.
Starship Trooper.
Okay, so that wasn't me trying to belittle the
You know what?
wrestling thing at all.
You tried.
I did.
You did.
And you got the first 4 letters. right.
I'm on board.
Star.
Yeah.
I hope Arrow's good.
But he said Amell is the coolest dude.
He seems great. His Facebook is always great. And
And I'm excited too because my good buddy Eugene Bird is on the show in a recurring role, and I actually was talking to him today. He donates a lot down at the Children's Hospital, and I was talking about the blood drive, and I was like, "Hey man, you want to come down to our blood drive this weekend?" He's like, "Friday's kind of busy, maybe Saturday." I go, "Oh, you hanging out with superheroes, huh?" And he's just like, "Yeah, kinda." I'm like, "Okay,
it's awesome."
And now I want to transition into The Flash, but I also remember that we forgot, going back to movies for a second, we got an Iris casting.
Yes.
So any of you guys that are Dope fans, so I just saw it, finally. I just watched Dope. I had been hearing really great things, and I'm so excited that I did. I don't know how to say her name. I think it's Kiersey Clemens.
Kirstie Clemens.
Yeah.
Kirstie Clemens.
Okay, Kiersey
Sure.
Clemens. But she was awesome in this movie. And she's going to be playing Iris.
She was one of the. There were 3 front runners for the role. I'm very curious because, you know, of the casting, and I want to say, I hope of the 3 girls, they went with the strongest actress. I'm hoping that's.
I don't know her work extensively, but
She's
she was
great in the role.
but she was really, really great in Dope. So we'll see.
Her and Grant, not Grant. I'm sorry, Ezra together is a very unique pairing. I think it's gonna, especially if she's that strong, you know, actress character, and his kind of what he's doing with his Barry Allen. That's gonna be a really cool dynamic. Big time.
And she's stunning, but played a very different role in Dope. So we'll see. We'll see how she does. I have no doubt she'll crush it, which I'm really excited about. But going back to TV time now, guys, The Flash, which they even said in it, let's call it Flashpoint.
Yeah. Interesting.
Trailer. What did you guys think about this trailer? Because there's a lot of positivity
and they've
out
said
there.
they're jumping. Is it a year or 6 months? They're jumping into the future.
I'm not sure.
There is a time jump between season 3 we just had, and now we're going to 4. Or is this going to be 3? This is 3.
Gonna be 3.
So between 2 and 3, they said there's a time jump. So Cisco is like a billionaire industrialist.
Well, we're also in an alternate timeline.
Yeah, I don't know.
And none of them know Barry.
They have great goodwill with the show. They do, you know, very little wrong.
Yeah, and it looked like Barry was living a nice life again with his mom and his dad, and he might be getting it on with Iris, and he doesn't know Cisco, and he doesn't know Joe, and nothing seems to be the same, but there still seems to be the same villains, and it just
Kid Flash
very
looked great.
interesting. Kid Flash looked awesome. That costume was released. I'm so excited to see Wally West.
I think the cool thing is we get to go back with him having a secret identity. I think that's great. And if you guys read Flash Rebirth, check that out because it's fantastic right now.
I just wonder how we're going to get out of all of this, though. How are we going to get back to the life we know?
Or will we?
Well, if we don't, that will be very strange for all the other shows, too.
We got 24 weeks to figure it out.
Yeah, we do. We do have 24 weeks. The Legends trailer. Mm-hmm. You guys ready to move on from Flash?
I think so.
The Legends trailer was, for me, the most lackluster of them.
It seems a lot like we've seen, so...
I feel like
but again, these shows are just starting to film.
They're probably a couple days in.
First episode, maybe the second episode they're working on right now, so it's very early in their filming.
But I think it did a good job of reminding you what happened in Season 1 and how it left off with Justice Society of America getting involved. So I think it did a good job of kind of like catching people up to speed in case they'd forgotten from Season 1. But yeah, I don't think they've shot a whole lot. So.
Right. It looked totally fine. I'm not saying anything bad about it.
No.
There are some new characters. We're missing some of my favorites,
and
though.
Some Nazis show up.
Yeah, and Dominic Purcell hates Nazis.
The Justice Society. And they've announced that the Legion of Doom are going to be the bad guys.
Yeah.
I think it's Merlin.
You mean the tag team? Please tell me the tag team. Damn it.
Merlin. I forgot who even they showed else in there. Matt Lesher, the character he plays on Flash, which is
Yeah.
Reverse Flash Zoom, whoever he is, he's one.
And then we saw
Merlin,
Dr. Alchemy for Flash.
Alchemy.
Yeah.
Vandal Savage is dead, so it's not him. But
Oh,
Legion of Doom.
we saw the white-haired man. We saw
I'm forgetting. I'm
oh
drawing a
my
blank. I'm
God, are
drawing a
you
blank.
kidding me?
They had 4 of them.
What he was the villain the entire. We saw.
Damien Dark.
Damien
That's
Dark.
what it was.
Oh
Damien
my
Dark.
gosh.
Yes.
We saw Damien Dark bunch too, even though we thought that he was taken care of. There seems to be a lot to deal with again. So it will be interesting to see how all of these shows and now Supergirl do tie in. We know they're all going to tie in at some point.
And now Superman.
Hey.
Here was the talk going into Con that we thought we were going to get and we didn't. They thought we were going to get an announcement of Batman in these CW shows because there was talk. Some of the producers in some of the shows had
I am
said
so glad
something.
we didn't.
I kind of want one. Why can we have a Superman and a Flash?
I'm not saying we can't
on
ever
TV
have a,
and not
Batman,
have a Batman?
but why do we need to introduce Batman right now? We're just introducing Superman. We're just figuring out the way that this can be for crossover.
I didn't say in this episode, but they an announcement of we've got the rights. We've got not the rights, but the okay to use him. The Dark Knight will appear in one of these shows this year. That's what everyone was thinking. Hey, here he is in the costume.
I think next year.
Oh, you think so, Roxy?
Yeah.
That's your 2 cents?
I would like that next year.
All right.
And this is your 2 cents with Roxy Striar.
But the fact that we have Superman now, they can't use that, we have plans for Batman. He's too big in the other movies.
Right.
You can use him now.
Yep, I agree.
And I think it's a perfect thing to use a younger Batman that we have. Affleck is the older. I think I'm excited for that.
Big time.
Because we're not going to get him on Gotham.
Is that all of TV time? I mean, the Gotham trailer was 5 minutes long.
Oh, and there was we saw more Grodd, which we know we're going to Gorilla City at some point.
Point taken.
Real quick, I forgot to mention it with Suicide Squad. David Ayer was asked this in the panel. So Suicide Squad is post BVS. I know there was talk for a while. Is this before? Does it happen at the same time? It is after BVS and timeline-wise, and that's from his mouth.
And also, Kevin Smith confirmed that he's doing, I think, 4 episodes of Flash this year.
Wow.
So that should be
Who do they
interesting.
want? Grant Gustin came out. I think he wants Whedon to direct an episode. I think he shot that out today.
Whedon
this
was
morning.
all over Comic-Con. I know like 15 people who bumped into him in different elevators all over the place.
I didn't see anyone this year. I usually will run into some people. I didn't see anyone.
Really?
No one. It's upsetting.
Barely even saw me.
I know.
You don't care.
That's upsetting.
Out of our studio.
You get out.
Get out, Mike.
You go home and you watch
Get out.
This
Actually,
Means War by yourself.
It's probably about time we all get out.
Hey, does anybody want to watch This Means War with me?
No. Check out Rebirth. Comics, yeah, real quick on comics. Comics are going great. Rebirth, I know a lot of people tweet out to me. That's kind of, people, they do that to me personally on the show, but Rebirth is doing really strong. Numbers are selling really well, so it's a great thing for DC Comics right now. Wonder Woman is great. They do 2 issues. They do, 2 issues of each series each month. So one is like Wonder Woman Year 1 and the other is current day, so that's going great. Flash is great.
One more thing, TV time. Katie Cassidy apparently just got a contract to where she's going to appear on multiple shows on the C-Dubs.
Oh, that's how we answer that. That's how we feel about that, huh?
Okay.
CW loves their actors and they take care of them, and that's fantastic.
Yeah,
So we'll say
that money.
All right.
Go for it.
Okay.
So there's that.
Black Siren better be.
Should we all close it out for the week?
Yeah.
Is there anything else? What do we?
I don't think
I guess
so.
we got
I mean,
the squad coming next month.
Pretty much
next week.
Yeah, we'll decide throughout the week. But if everyone can do,
we don't know what
Oh,
we're
people
gonna
are
do.
saying we didn't talk Lego Batman either.
Oh, that trailer was really cool.
Yeah, that was a cool trailer.
yes. There
Agreed.
you go.
They did a really funny Robin bit in that trailer, which was hysterical. Yeah, I'm not a big Lego guy, but I do like the movies.
I'm not a massive Lego person either, but these trailers have been really good, and
They're
I
gonna
do,
be fun.
and I will see the movie, and we can talk more about that next week too.
Great date movie. They're going to be fun.
Just like This Means War. That's a great date movie.
I was just thinking that.
To judge your date's love of movies, and if they love the movie, you go get out.
Mike, put yourself over.
I am at Mike Kalinowski. Guys, we talked a little bit about the beginning of the show. DC Movie News Character Corner Suicide Squad Blowout dropping in. It probably might have dropped already.
It might be.
I think 5 minutes ago it
Right as
dropped.
we're talking, my awesome producer and I worked the other day.
Stephen Lemieux.
Stephen Lemieux. We worked on this. He worked on it, and I just stood in front of the camera and talked. And
That's work, baby.
for like an hour to crank these out. And he all day yesterday, busted his butt to get this out there. We're really happy. You guys, the outreach for these shows have been fantastic. I know there was kind of a lull there, but it was in between the TVs and movies was kind of dead, and then we were building and doing the work for Suicide Squad. But now we're dropping that, and there are so many characters coming on Arrow, Flash, Legends that you guys don't know about or might not know about that we're going to be releasing. So we're going to get back on a
go
regular
on Twitter,
schedule, but check that out.
Go on Twitter. Go to our Facebook page because that's going to be the links to. We'll take you right to it.
Yep.
Hey.
Roxy.
Hey. Guys, I'm Roxy Striar. You can find me
Let me get your
everywhere
number.
at Roxy Striar. Also, TV fights Tuesdays, 4 p.m. on Screen Junkies. And, talking about Preacher. Oh, I didn't even get to talk about the Preacher episode.
yeah.
The Preacher has gotten better and better every single week.
It has.
But we are doing the finale on Tuesday, and we have Derek, who plays Donnie, coming on the show Tuesday at 7 p.m. So make sure you check that out. I will not be there because I will be at the Suicide Squad screening, but they do an awesome after show on AfterBuzz TV, so check it out.
Check it out. Let's see. We're at DC Movies SK, Facebook.com/DC Movies SK. I'm on Twitter at JQuasto. This weekend, Friday, Saturday, Big Blood Drive, Children's Hospital, Los Angeles. It's finally happening. We still have spots open. If you know anyone in LA, please tell them about it. Tell them to hit me up, and I will hook them up with an appointment. Help save some kids' lives. That's very important. Also, next month, I'm going to be at the Tempe Improv, August 25th to 28th. My good friend Rachel Feinstein, if you live in Tempe, just a heads up. And I just booked some shows in Chicago. The weekend, September 9th and 10th. I'm going to be out in Chicago. So if you're out in Chicago, give me a heads up.
Can I come?
I'll tell you all about it. Please.
Please
Come. Other than that, guys, follow at Adam Gertler, because he's Adam Gertler, and we'll see you next week.
Let's go.
Chicago?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Why not?
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, Kristian Harloff, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of its owners or principals.
I promise you, the dawn is coming.